Welcome back to the cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now Bitcoin is officially breaking out towards the 100k level on the price chart, as we're now seeing an increasing amount of bullish momentum in the crypto market, while the price of Bitcoin just hit this short-term price target and is now pointing towards another major bullish price target, which I'll share in just a moment, while the price of Bitcoin is also now entering into a parabolic short squeeze. So I'll be talking about all of that and so much more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, just before we take a look at the Bitcoin charts today, we need to talk about the Bitcoin news today, because just yesterday we saw another massive net inflow into the spot Bitcoin ETFs. This time around was a net inflow of nearly 800 million, around 773 million US dollars coming into the Bitcoin ETFs just yesterday, just on Wednesday. And BlackRock alone bought over $600 million worth of Bitcoin just on Wednesday. And so, as I've been saying recently here on the channel over and over again, while we're seeing these massive net inflows into the spot Bitcoin ETFs, this is of course demand for Bitcoin. This is buying up Bitcoin because there's spot Bitcoin ETFs, which means they have to actually buy Bitcoin in order to back the ETFs. So while we're seeing these huge net inflows, expect the price of Bitcoin to go further to the upside. And with that being said, if we're taking a look at the Bitcoin charts today, starting off on the monthly time frame, each one of these candles is one entire month. And looking at the US elections every 4 years or so, we can see that right around the time of the election, and especially following the US elections, we usually see huge bull runs in the price of Bitcoin. And right now we are just beginning this next major bull run. And if we're measuring out the length of time that these bull runs last, from that 2012 election, basically the bull market topped out around a year after the election. If we're looking at this second example, the bull run topped out around a year after the election. If we're looking at the 2020 election example, we actually saw a bull run for around half a year, and then a crash, and then another little bull run into a new all-time high. But ultimately to the actual bull market top, that was also around a year after the election. And so in other words, all of these previous examples, 3 times in a row over the last decade worth of Bitcoin price history, we can see that the bear market doesn't actually start until roughly around a year after the US election. So we're talking about near the end, or at least the second half of 2025 is likely where the bull market will start topping out. And so we're still due to see a huge bull run in the price of Bitcoin for many, many months, well into 2025. And if we're taking a look at this weekly Bitcoin chart, it's showing the same story as well, currently playing out a massive bull market signal as we've seen previously. If we're taking a look at this weekly Bitcoin chart, we're still seeing a lot of bullish momentum, massive demand entering into Bitcoin right now. And the last time we saw anything close to this was last October in 2023. And what came next was a bull run in the price of Bitcoin for roughly around half a year or so. So we're still due to see a huge bull run in the price of Bitcoin. If you're just finding this channel now, if you're just getting into crypto, believe it or not, even if we're at all-time highs right now, you are not too late, at least not yet, because even though we're at all-time highs right now, obviously we were at all-time highs yesterday and the day before and the day before, and Bitcoin keeps pumping because this is a bull market. And so if you're just finding this channel now, definitely share these videos around while you still can, because it's not too late just yet, but soon enough it will be as we enter into 2025. And if we're taking a look at this 4-day Bitcoin chart, the super trend indicator is still sitting in the green, indicating a larger bullish market. And if we're taking a look at this 3-day Bitcoin chart, right now the price of Bitcoin has finally started to break out above this 1618 Fibonacci extension, which was sitting at around 94 to 95,000. And at the time of recording this video, we're trading well above that level. And so right now the price of Bitcoin is extremely close to breaking out above 100,000. Honestly, any moment now, the price of Bitcoin could just quickly break above 100,000. That could happen at any moment now, because it's only around a 2% pump from where we are right now to $100,000. And just before talking about some other major price targets to pay attention to right now, first, if you want to trade these moves in the price of Bitcoin or any other crypto to maximize your profits in crypto during this bull market, personally, I take most of my trades over on Bybit, so I'll make sure to leave a link to Bybit down below this video in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you use that link below this video to make your Bybit account and deposit on that account, then you can get up to a $30,000 deposit bonus, but only if you use that link down below this video. And also, if you use that link, it'll take take you to this page right here, which is a 500 USDT position airdrop. So basically a free $500 trade as your first trade over on Bybit, but that's only available if you use the link below this video to make your Bybit account and deposit on that account. So if you're going to be trading crypto anyway, you might as well check this out. Once again, first link down below this video. But for whatever reason, if you cannot access Bybit or if you cannot KYC on Bybit, there's also Bitfinex, which is another crypto exchange similar to Bybit, but you don't need KYC for Bitfinex, which means if you're in the US or the UK, for example, or another country where you might not be able to access Bybit, you can access Bitfinex. So I'll also leave a link to Bitfinex below this video, and if you use that link, you can get up to a 5.5k deposit bonus, and only if you use that link, you can get an exclusive 10% discount on all trading fees on the Bitfinex exchange forever, but that's only available if you use the link below this video to make your Bitfinex account. So as another option out there, other than Bybit, one that you can access from the US, once again, there's Bitfinex, links down below if you want to claim those extra bonuses. But with that being said, taking a look at this weekly Bitcoin chart, and right now on the weekly time frame, we have this 1618 Fibonacci extension drawn from the previous bull market high of 69,000 down to the bear market bottom. That gives us this extension level at around $102,000. So at around 102,000, it's possible we could find a bit of short-term resistance right there. So that's an immediate price target to pay attention to, just above 100,000. But once we could break out beyond that level, then we can start looking at some higher price targets, like for example $113,000 per Bitcoin, which is this 2618 Fibonacci extension at 113k. And as for support, in case for whatever reason we see a slight little pullback, I would expect support at around 89,000, and also support at this level at around 94 to 95,000 if for whatever reason we see a slight little pullback in the short term. And if we're taking a look at the shorter term, looking at the 6-hour time frame, just over the last one day, we have now officially hit this short-term price target exactly as expected, which was sitting at around 96.8k to 96.9k, so just underneath $97,000. And so obviously, if you took this trading opportunity right here to basically accumulate some more Bitcoin or enter a long position, for example, trade this move towards this price target, you've done very well over the last few days here. But as of right now, we also have a massive price target based on this pattern right here, because this is not only just a horizontal triangle pattern or a symmetrical triangle pattern, it can also be a bullish pennant, which is a bullish trend continuation pattern. So if we're measuring out a flagpole price target for this pattern right here, that gives us a complete technical price target for this bullish continuation pattern at around $110,000 per Bitcoin. And so from the point of the breakout to that technical price target, that's around a 21% move to the upside, or from even where we are right now as of recording this video to that technical price target, that's still around a 12 to 13% move to the upside, which for example with a 10x leverage long position would be more than a 100% profit, doubling your initial capital. And so this is still a short-term trading opportunity that is in the middle of playing out right now. This is an active price target right now, so keep that in mind. As always, not financial advice. I'm just pointing out potential opportunities that we can take here. And as always, even though we have a price target to the upside, we cannot ignore resistance along the way. And if we're taking a look at this Bitcoin liquidation heat map, exactly as I talked about over the last few days, we are now playing out this next short squeeze to the upside, because as I already said a few days ago, before this latest bullish move happened, we had a lot of liquidity sitting at around 94 to 95,000, going up towards nearly 96 to 97,000. And just over the last one day, we've wiped out basically all of those short positions right there, pushing the price much further to the upside in a short squeeze. And we still have more liquidity to the upside, mainly sitting at around $100,000, and another decent area of liquidity in between around 102,000 to 103,000, and also more liquidity closer towards 115 to 116,000. And so in case you're new to all of this, Bitcoin usually goes towards where there's a lot of liquidity, especially if it's close to the current price. And usually when we wipe out the liquidity that's above the price, that means wiping out short positions, which can cause a short squeeze. And here on the 2-hour Bitcoin chart, we have indeed seen a parabolic short squeeze over the last few days here, with not only higher lows and higher highs, but increasing momentum. This is a classic short squeeze and is now playing out exactly as predicted. And so due to this, honestly, any moment now, not only any day, but any hour, we could break out above 100,000. So don't be surprised if we see that quick move beyond 100,000, which is literally just right there on the price chart. And once we finally break out above 100,000 US dollars per Bitcoin, it's at that point where the real hype begins. Because at that point, you'll start seeing Bitcoin on the news headlines. Bitcoin breaks 100,000, for example, and that's where the masses will start flooding into Bitcoin, and especially potentially altcoins as well. And so you have to be subscribed to this channel with notifications turned on so that you don't miss out on any of these important update videos. And of course, my upcoming altcoin video that I'll release in a couple of hours from now. And as always, if you want to trade these moves in the price of Bitcoin or any other crypto, check out those links down below this video to claim those extra bonuses. And if you want to actually know how to trade crypto, no matter if the price is bullish, bearish, or chopping around sideways, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.